directive principles of state policy. How far we are able to, how far we are successful in implementing directive principles of state policy, or what are the main successes and what are the main failures, okay, or where all we could not do much, okay. So coming to the implementation of DPSP so far. See, 70 years of independence, and these were the directives given by the, especially by the freedom fighters, the constitution makers, to the state, that these are the things we expect you to implement. That is what the freedom fighters and the constitution makers told the subsequent governments. So in this last 70 years of the constitution, what has happened, or how far we are able to implement and successful in the implemented, that is what I would like to. So it's a mixed bag. There are some successes, and at the same time there are some failures. Some places we could not implement. So coming to some of the success, like in Article 38, if you are looking, whether 38 talks about the income inequality, okay. 38 very specifically said that the state should secure a social order for the promotion of welfare of the people and strive to minimize the inequalities in income and endeavor to eliminate inequalities in status, facility and opportunity. See, now if you look at the performance of Article 38, we can definitely say that even though we have tried, we are trying, but the reality is the gap between the rich and the poor are increasing. The gap between the rich and the poor, it is only increasing. It has not decreased beyond a point. Even in the development of the various regions, if you look, we can see that the better developed states are performing much faster and better. They are moving far ahead, leaving behind the laggard states where there are problems. And see, states like Bihar or parts of Uttar Pradesh, many northeastern states, see, the development has the gap between the regions which are comparatively more developed and the regions which are less developed, that gap is increasing, the gap is widening rather than. So the goal or the aim, the directive principle asks the state to reduce the gap, strive to minimize the inequality. And some of the Indians are becoming too rich, like Mukesh Ambani and all, they are in the top 10 of the richest people in the world, maybe top 5. So too much of concentration of wealth. So in Article 38, definitely it's a mixed bag, and here the gap between the rich and the poor has actually increased, not reduced. Coming to Article 39, if you look that way, another socialistic principle, some of the things talked about, it talks about there should be right to adequate means of livelihood. Yes, then ownership, but ownership and control of material resources should be well distributed. So I will say Article 39 B and C. C talks about the operation of the economic system does not result in the concentration of wealth. Just see 2-3 examples. You take the communication, the mobile. See, Jio company is monopolizing, and even Vodafone and the Idea and all, maybe even they may be forced to shut down. So they, instead of well distribution of wealth, or similarly in the airport industry now, most of the airports, the functioning of the airports, and Adani got most of the in the recently the central government has allocated, or rather has given many airports to Adani Group. Now they are monopolizing things. When it comes to the mobile telephone and the internet, Jio is going to monopolize everything, and we are going to suffer a lot because of the monopoly of Jio. And right now they are offering us cheap data and all, but it's a matter of time before they will raise their price, and they will all there will be monopolized pricing, cartel system will be there, and it is going to be very tough for us. It is going to be very tough in future. So when we talk about Article 39 B and C, Unfortunately, our implementation is 39B talks about ownership and control of the material resources should be well distributed, and the operation of the economic system should not result in concentration of wealth. These things have not been implemented properly, or rather it is a gray area, or I will say it is not properly implemented, especially after the economic liberalization and the kind of policy. We are talking about disinvestment of public sector units. We are selling off things. So when we are in the process of selling of things, so and the so-called the new market dynamics with which we are working, Article 39B and C is not going to happen that easily. But yes, equal pay for equal work legislation, then land reforms. So in some parts of the Article 39, we have implemented in many parts of the country land reforms. Then equal pay for equal work, and for the to prevent the exploitation of children, the health and the strength of the workers, men and women, tender age of children are not abused. So lot of many laws are passed to implement Article 39. No doubt, the tender age of children should not be abused. These are child labor we have banned, but still we have seen there are some loopholes given where in the family enterprise, if they are working within the family, we is allowed. So at one side we are talking about implementing Article 39. On other side, there are some loopholes left behind also. When it comes to Article 40, organizing the village panchayat, I think that is one of the best implemented directive principle at 73rd Amendment Act, and even 74, even in the urban areas, 74th Amendment Act. These to ensure that the village panchayats are well organized, and devolution of power and decentralization of power. 73rd Amendment Act and Article 40 is been properly implemented, and in many parts of the country, especially in those states where grassroots democracy is functioning very well, it has resulted in decentralization of power. Absolutely no doubt regarding this. So Article 40 is well implemented. Even Article 41, right to work, even though right to work has not been fully implemented, but we have started by the 2006 onwards the MNREGS. MNREGS, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. And it is working very well. It has worked, even though it was ridiculed by our Prime Minister when he came to power. But today, after the issues of COVID pandemic and the migration of more than 40 lakh people, lakhs of people, millions of people, not just 40 lakh, I think 40 million people, they have migrated back to home, respective home. And now, if we are not seeing too much of starvation, if we are not seeing any distress in the villages, one of the reasons why we are able to control all these problems, the starvation, hunger, etc., it is mainly because of this rural employment guarantee scheme. So some sort of right to work for the rural workers, 100 days of work per family, that is, it is not a mean achievement. So definitely some component of Article 41 has been implemented, and also we are providing assistance in education, public assistance in many cases, especially old age pensions are there, the pensions for sick and disabled people are there. So definitely Article 41, there is a lot of progress in the implementation of Article. It may not be the best possible implementation, but definitely a lot of implementation is there. And Article 42, especially just and humane conditions of work and maternity relief, there is a lot of provision added, and there is a lot of concern for the health of the mother. We are concerned about the maternal mortality rate, infant mortality rate. So when again a lot of relief given, nutrition given. So definitely, and a lot of schemes are the centrally sponsored schemes are there. These are definitely working very well, and it is helping in implementing Article 42. And also the minimum wage, Article 43, living wage for workers, living wage We have implemented substantially, minimum wage has been implemented in across the country, and we are able to improve the conditions of the workers. We are striving our level best to abolish bonded labor, even though it is abolished in Article 24, but still, 23 and 24, but definitely there is a lot of progress in this also. But in the participation of workers in the management and all, it is okay. Cooperative societies have, cooperative system in our country has improved substantially. But there is a big failure in Article 44. Uniform Civil Code we have failed to implement. And there are a lot of issues attached to that. We will be seeing that separately. Article 45, when it comes to education, free and compulsory education for all children below the age of 14, but between 6 to 14, we have already started implementing Right to Education Act from 2009 onwards, and substantial progress in the implementation, even though there are a lot of gaps, but definitely we started implementing since 2009. We have an Article 21A also, that is about education for the children between the age of 6 to 14. But the early childhood care, we are providing many facilities to the children to avoid malnutrition and stunt growth and all those things, but long way to go. Then promotion of the education and economic interest of the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, other weaker section, Article 46, a Gandhian principle. Definitely lot of progress, and we are able to improve the conditions of the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and other weaker sections substantially. But again, long way to go. But definitely we cannot ignore and say that we are not implementing. We are. Then nutrition and standard of living, and see, we have right to food. Please remember Article 47, nutrition, standard of living. Article 47, nutrition and standard of living. We have a right to food. Even during the pandemic time, we have provided free ration. We are able to provide nutritious food to the people. And that is why this hunger and malnutrition has been substantially controlled these days, despite millions of people losing their jobs. So that way, there is substantial improvement, substantial implementation of this. And organization, agriculture, animal husbandry, definitely, again, animal husbandry is a very important component of our rural development program, and we are able to implement a lot of progress. And I talked about the cow slaughter ban, but in a different reason we are doing, but indirectly they are saying that we are doing it for, even the religious sentiments are the issue, but still we are implementing that. Then protection and improvement of environment and safeguard of the forest and wildlife. Lot of progress, but yes, on the other side, there destruction of the forest also, destruction of the habitat. The forest is shrinking, and the real dense forest is shrinking. Problems are there. Many animals and birds and many of our plants are endangered. There are problems because of the multiplication of the human beings. We are encroaching into the the habitat of these animals and plants. And we are encroaching and cultivating various crops where there used to be forests earlier. Deforestation is a big issue. Many laws are made, but Article 48A, India, long way to go. Protection of monuments, places of objects of land, definitely a lot of improvement. Separation of judiciary from executive, by and large we have implemented. 51, we can say we still believe in the promotion of international peace and security. So there are many directive principles we have implemented with good spirit. But there are issues, there are places where we are yet to go. Uniform Civil Code, our, when a condition, the gap between the rich and the poor, we are not able to reduce it. Weaker sections still continue to suffer. Scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, discrimination still continues. We are not able to provide universal education to all and quality education to all. Still, so many children are outside the school system. Our environment is yet to be fully protected. So miles to go. But still, many of these directive principles, work in progress. We can definitely say it's a work in progress. We have achieved a lot. But when you look at what we are yet to achieve, So yet to achieve is much more than what we have achieved, because our population has multiplied compared to 1950. 1951 census, we had only 361 million population in 1951 census. But today, 2020-21, we are talking about at least 1350 million population. So when our population has gone to 1350 million from 360 million, it is almost 1000 million, 1 billion additional population right now. So what needs to achieve and what we have achieved, so there is a huge gap. But still, we can say, and if you have to give marks, maybe I will say 4 out of 10, considering the fact that what we have to achieve. But yes, there are progress. I mean, I am not that pessimistic person. I am not saying that kuch nahi hua, nothing has happened. No, definitely a lot of things have happened. But we deserve a lot of development. Our people deserve progress, liberty, infrastructure. That yes, we have to go a long way. A lot of work still to be done. So that's all about the implementation of directive principles of state policy.